How does lossy compression affect your JPEG files? Imagine shrinking a large photo into a tiny file without losing much quality. That's what lossy compression does. It makes your image files smaller so they load faster and take up less space. But how does it do this, and what does it mean for your photos? Let's find out. JPEG files use a process called lossy compression to reduce file size. It works by transforming the image data into a different format called the frequency domain using a method called the discrete cosine transform. This helps identify which parts of the image are less noticeable to the human. The process then discards or reduces these less important details through a step called quantization. This is where some data is permanently removed, and once gone, it cannot be recovered. Because of this data loss, each time you save a JPEG after editing, the image can lose more quality. You might notice this as blurriness, blocky areas, or color banding. The more you compress the file, the smaller it gets, but the more noticeable these artifacts become. If you choose a low compression setting, the file remains larger but retains more of the original detail. Higher compression makes the file smaller but can cause visible quality issues. In the context of post-processing and workflow, using JPEGs with lossy compression is a balancing act. For quick sharing or web use, smaller files are perfect because they load faster. But if you're doing extensive editing or printing, starting with RAW files is better. RAW files keep all the sensor data intact, so you can make adjustments without degrading quality. After editing, you can export a high-quality JPEG for sharing or printing. File management also plays a role here. JPEGs are easier to handle because they are smaller and compatible with most devices. However, repeatedly saving a JPEG can cause cumulative quality loss. This is why many photographers prefer to keep original RAW files safe and only convert to JPEG when needed for final use. In summary, lossy compression in JPEG files reduces their size by removing some image data permanently. This can lead to visible quality loss, especially after multiple edits. It's a useful tool for saving space and speeding up workflows, but it's important to understand the trade-offs involved.